So the other day on the My Morning Show, Bobby and Stacey were talking about celebrity crushes. And I come in and they're like, okay, put me on the spot. Who's your celebrity crush? And I was like, Michael Rosenbaum.
Come on.
I'm not joking.
And I bet they went, come on.
They were like, oh, yeah, he's hot. We can see that. And I was like, but let me go back. Backstory. I was a fan before I knew you were from Newburgh. So I was a fan way before. Yeah, because when you did the movie back in the day, I actually lived in Florida. I had no idea it was happening.
Get out.
See?
Wow, I didn't know that. This is...
awkward, right?
No, I call it fun, comfortable.
Oh, here we go. So do you have a celebrity crush? You don't have to say it's me, but I mean...
Yes, I do. Jennifer Lawrence. I mean, I'm probably with a lot of people, but there's something... She just seems like the girl next door. She's really pretty. She just smiles a lot. She seems like that she's smart. I don't know. Who doesn't have a crush on her?
She's too young for you.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is.
Not in today's day and age. Girls like older guys, and she's like 28 or 29.
So you've been really, really busy. I know you've been touring, doing some stand-up, but I want to talk about your podcast.
Inside of You with Michael Rosenbaum.
So you got to talk to a lot of your friends, and it's just basically you sitting in your living room, I guess, just kind of chatting.
Yeah, I wanted to do something where it's like everybody has podcasts now, but I wanted to give people just a podcast where they're listening to like celebrities or professional athletes or musicians, and they feel like they're a fly on the wall. Or I think people assume that everyone out there knows these people, and I really try to dig deep and find out like, what were you like in high school? What was it like growing up? Were you a nerd? Wait, you were doing meth? What? Hey, let's talk about that for a second. And your first girl, did you get girls? And everybody from Jimmy Connors, the tennis great, to Henry Winkler, the Fonz, to Tom Welling, who was on yesterday from Smallville, Clark Kent. So Lex Luthor got to interview Clark Kent. So I just interview these people in my living room, and it's very laid back. We film it and we record it, and it's great. We're doing really well, and I think people on their way to work kind of just want to get away from politics and all the crap that's going on in the world, so they just sit back and have a couple laughs. Yeah,
it's hilarious. I watched the one last night with Tom. Did you guys maybe think about a Smallville reunion? All these shows are coming back. Could that happen?
It's never been brought up, but I have some ideas about, I'm talking to the creator of Smallville about some things. But I think if they threw it out and it was a good concept, we'd consider it, I'm sure, if it was a really good script, and, we'd have to see.
So you've got to interview a lot of cool people. Who's on your bucket list? Who do you need to talk to?
I'd love to get Michael Keaton. I'm a big Mr. Mom fan from the 80s. Remember Mr. Mom?
I do, but see, you skipped right over Batman.
Oh, yeah. He was my favorite Batman, too. I would talk to him about that. I just enjoy it because, what's funny is I actually, as much as I think I know these people I'm interviewing, it's like you don't really know me. But see, when you sit down with someone for an hour and a half and you start talking about their life, you're like, wow, I haven't really had this kind of conversation with this person at all.
It's kind of like therapy.
That's exactly what happens. Everybody's told me by the end of the episode, it's therapy for me. They start talking to me. Why don't you have a girlfriend? What happened to that last girlfriend? Why aren't you married? You're 45. Why do you like younger girls like Jennifer Lawrence? I'm like, shut up.
Why is all of that?
Well, look, sometimes it stems from family. It's like, when people get, married a lot, or just, there's issues. You have issues when you get older, and you learn about yourself, you learn about what works. And I think I'm so independent. I've lived by myself for a long time, and I've had relationships for 3 years or a year here. And, you just want it to, the one time you get married, you want it to last. And I think people put too much pressure on themselves. Like, if you think about this, 99% of the time, the person's not right. And the one time you do get married, it ends up in divorce 50% of the time. So Liberty, there's a 0.5% chance of it working out. Yeah,
but you got to, believe in love. You can't go by statistics. You can't throw all these numbers at me.
I'm a big Cher fan, okay? Do you believe in life after love? I'm trying to figure it out. I don't think I'm that old. Look, if I get married before I'm 50, then I still could have a kid before, I could have a kid. Hopefully I won't be dead. But I'm not that old.
Hey, so I have a friend, and she's in her 20s. She's 25. She's on the news. I mean, she's looking, so, maybe.
What's her name?
Hillary Simon. You can look her up. She's on Twitter.
Hillary Simon. She's looking for a husband?
Yes.
I'd have to move back to Indiana, which would be kind of cool.
She was willing to move, though. She's from Texas, so.
Well, my exes. Liberty. Did you're back on the radio?
Yes, I'm very excited about that.
Don't you love it?
I do. I missed it.
Yeah, I'm glad you're back. I'm glad I'm hearing your voice right now. And it's kind of neat that you had a crush on me, even when I was younger. Probably not now, but when I was younger, that's kind of cool.
I will not say what it is now. Anyway, you're going to be, I can't say because I'm going to come and see you on Friday. You're going to be here for a big fundraiser.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm coming out for the Hurricane Relief Fundraiser. It's sponsored by Integrity Motors, which is, I don't know if you know that, it's over at 1500 North Bakey in Evansville, and I'll be there 4 to 7. We're going to have like a silent auction. I'm trying to dig up some like old Smallville items, like an old script signed by the cast and pictures and stuff. And it's drinks and food, Old Fashion's Butcher Shop.
Yeah.
Is going to be there. I'm not really aware of them, but supposedly they're really good. They're going to be there, and Red Cross representatives will be there, and all proceeds are going to the Red Cross. So to help with Harvey and Irma. 4 to 7. You're going to be there. My buddy Chris Comar over there, and Jeff Lovell, Chris Utley. I got to give a shout-out. Gator Emmett Smith, JB, and Steve Oldman Wilson.
Shout out.
Yeah, because we're going to raise some good money for the people of Florida and Texas and people who have been affected. So it's a good cause. It's nice to come home and, just give back and try to raise a little coin for people.
Thank you so much for calling in and catching up.
You are awesome. Hey, thanks for taking the time, and I'll see you guys Friday at Integrity Motors.